All doctors are drunks. Like,
I mean, maybe. It does seem like that's a pretty common thread in his movies. The hospital, it's a cool place for like a horror movie or whatever, but Laurie is so underutilized in this one. You know, just like in Halloween Kills, like she's just in a hospital.
yeah, Halloween Kills. I mean, that's kind of a good point. Like, does nothing in Halloween Kills.
She does less in this one.
Yeah, but I do like that she's injured and like getting away from him. I like the chase when they do that. It's like, oh, they're doubling down the chase now because she's hurt. She's medicated, and I always thought that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
It's a nightmare. It's so scary when she gets there. She's like, don't put me to sleep, because she knows like this guy's not human and could still be after me. So that's kind of a cool concept.
Oh yeah, that part's terrifying. And then she's just like loopy the rest of the movie. Actually, yeah, so let's talk about when they put her out and she has the dreams or whatever, and she sees like the scene with her and Michael or whatever. She's like, "You're my brother, don't do this, Michael." Like that whole thing. That's where it gets
We see
horrible.
like young Michael in this like white dream. It's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah, I don't love that. And then also like the scene where like Mrs. Strode is like, "I'm not your real mother. How many times do we have to go over this?" Or like, "Oh my god." Like it's kind of
It's like, wait, now I'm remembering that she's not my real mother. Like, I don't know. It's a little.
Yeah, it's a little
It's a
much.
reach. It's a reach.
But the hospital, like, aside from Laurie being in the coma, aside from the dreams and all that stuff, it's a cool setting. Like, it's Halloween night. We're seeing kids coming in with razors, you know, from eating bad candy or whatever. The staff, they're all kind of pieces of shit. You got that one guy who's just, like, smoking weed and doesn't care about anything, swearing all the time. Like, I don't know. I like the setting. I liked it.
Yeah.
And the ending, I mean, is like... Well, I guess before we get to the ending, the scene where Michael he's chasing Laurie into the hospital, and he just walks through that plate glass window.
That was sick. I love that scene.
That's like my favorite shot of the movie.
Just open the door, like, or like break it.
I know, yeah, it's already open. It's already open. He just, like, that's impossible. No one could do that. Like, you have to be, like, running.
I mean, it's just physics. You're just like, doors don't really break like that. I don't know, like, how he just like busted through like that.
That would never happen. It doesn't matter if you're like The Rock. Like it doesn't. You need more inertia.
Like doors with like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but then that leads into like the best fucking sequence of like any Halloween movie almost is like he kills a security guard who's just an idiot, and he's like, his post is done, and just stabs him.
Yeah.
And then chases Laurie and Loomis into like I don't know some room full of gas tanks.
Which, I mean, that's good for... I mean, there should be gas in a hospital, right? Like oxygen and all this other shit, right? Why not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's, I mean, it's cool. So you get all that going on. But then, dude, Laurie shoots him in the eyes. Point blank range.
Like, right between the eyes. There's two eyes, so I think she nails him right in between the eyes.
So he takes... And before he even gets into that room, he does the same thing. He just breaks through the door. Just, like, walks through it like it's wood. And you're like, oh, my God.
I was going to say, like, that's something we didn't really... I mean, we saw that Michael's strong, you know, in Halloween 1. But this one, it's like, okay, so he's, like, super power strong.
Yeah, well, even before any of him just breaking through doors, dude, he lifts up that one nurse with just a scalpel in her back. Dude, his fist must be, like, on her spine. Like,
Yeah, they really upped the ante on Mike's strength because... I mean, obviously, moving a headstone is crazy. And then he moves Judith Meyer's headstone in Halloween 1. Obviously, I think it's Paul, the guy with the glasses, who PJ Souls is like, go get me a beer. And it's like, why don't you get me a beer? And he goes down, and then he lifts him up and stabs him so hard that he sticks there. So it's like, we do know Michael's strong, but do we know that he can bust through doors and
No, I didn't. I mean, it's impossible.
bust down a wall? Like, damn.
Well, then also getting shot in the head twice at point blank range, then getting lit on fire on top of that. Dude, like, that is a pretty sick shot, though, is when like, Laurie's escaping in the hallway, and then you think it's over, and you just see this flaming, like, body just coming out of the fire. It's awesome, dude.
But then you're like, no way, right? Like, everyone in the audience is like, no, wait, how? And then he drops, and it's like, wow, he got him. You know, Dr. Loomis got him.
Right, because you would do assume that's definitely going to be the end. This is, you know, this is even before, like, Friday the 13th had part 3, you know? Like, this is part 2 Friday the 13th still that just come out. So people don't know supernatural 8-movie versions of these killers yet. They still think, like, oh, they can get rid of these guys. But no, they don't know. Also, I don't know if you ever noticed this, there's a huge glaring production issue when the hallway explodes as Michael's walking down to the right. Dude, literally, because it was filmed on a set, it wasn't like an actual hospital I'd seen. The entire wall is just like missing from the right-hand side of the screen.
I gotta check that out again. I might have missed that.
Yeah. Next time you see the explosion, just look to the right, and it's like completely gone. You're like, this is such a set.
How about the ambulance, like, dude? Who's like, you want a Diet Coke or like a Diet Pepsi? Like,
oh yeah.
So that guy kind of died in the shittiest way. Like, wait, he didn't even die. Is he alive?
I don't think he died.
Well, he slipped on the blood and like concussed, and then went to the car, and then he passed out on the horn, right? And because he did that, it got Michael's attention. So, but he's alive, right?
Yeah. So in the TV version, the way that the TV version ends is in the actual ambulance, and you see Laurie's lying down. She's all afraid.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's definitely alive. He's definitely alive. What am I saying? I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Well, because then he sits up, and you're like, "Who is that?" And then all of a sudden he takes it off. He's like, "Hey, it's me." But that's the TV version. So in this version, he's dead. I don't think he's dead. I think he just passed.
Yeah. But then at the end too, what's even better, like the ultimate palate cleanse to this movie. Like we go from dun 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 to Mr. Sandman, bring me. It's like, oh wow, it's like when you have wasabi and then you wash it down with a little ginger. You know, it's like a nice palate cleanser.
Oh my god, what's up with that song though in this movie? Like, why that song?
It's like I think Boogeyman and Sandman and something about like just we made it, we beat the Boogeyman. I don't know why Sandman. Why?
I always love that song, but it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. It's in Back to the Future also, but I don't know. Yeah, there's that.
They could have went with "I'm your boogeyman." That's what I am. I just ended with that. Like
that would ruin everything if that.
And the ambulance is driving up. I'm your boogeyman, and that's how the movie ends.
I would be, dude. People would like riot if that happened.
We should make a cut of that. That'd be really funny to have on YouTube, like alternate ending with different music, and like just put that on.
I thought of a cut for this movie too. You know, when Michael goes to stab the pillows and it's Laurie or whatever, and he thinks it's Laurie, but it's pillows.
Yeah, that was like, come on, dude. Like,
no, I wanted to put the sound from Lord of the Rings when they do that, like that. Like, because you know they do that in Lord of the Rings where they go to stab the pillows. And then,
right.
And then you put that screech sound, but over this movie, you know, when Michael goes to stab and then he doesn't see it, and then it's the screech sound from Lord of the Rings.
The same thing, yeah.
So I was thinking the same thing, like they're good, like overdub. Yeah, like the Wraith from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, another little tidbit of trivia. Did you happen to see which SNL cast member was in this film?
I'm gonna guess Bob Odenkirk.
No, he's not. He's not a cast member from SNL.
I mean, he's been on SNL, right?
Bob Odenkirk? He was a writer.
He's a writer, yeah.
No, so Dana Carvey. You didn't notice him in this?
What was he in this? I don't know.
He's the news reporter who the guy's like, what if you ask him questions, even if they don't give you an answer, like I don't remember what they said, but you see him a bunch of times. He's got the hat, a baseball hat on.
That's fucking Dana Carvey?
Yeah, he gets like interviewed by the news person or something.
Yeah. Oh man, all right, I gotta rewatch that now too. I say Bob Odenkirk too because in the Halloween Kills, they do like pictures of like all of Michael's victims throughout the years, like on the TV, and the young picture of, I think it's Paul who gets stabbed in Halloween, the original, is a young picture of Bob Odenkirk.
Huh. I wonder why.
I don't know, it's just fun to do. Like, he looks kind of like Paul. He has those big glasses on, you know, so kind of worked.
But yeah, no, Dana Carvey was in this. This was like his first acting thing, I think. And then the next year, he was in a TV series about Mickey Rooney and Scatman Crothers coming to live with Mickey Rooney's grandson, which was played by Dana Carvey, and his roommate, Nathan Lane. That was a sitcom, dude, in like 1982.
That's wild.
Yeah, so that's an actual show. So that was like his first thing after this. But yeah, he was Mickey Rooney's grandson with Nathan Lane as a roommate. So.
All right, hold on. I'm looking something up real quick. Bear with me. You can cut this out. I'm an idiot. I've been saying... All right, I want to correct myself. I've been saying Paul. It's Bob. I don't know why I thought Paul. It's Bob who gets stabbed, right?
Bob's the one with the glasses.
Is it Bob? Yeah. Why do I think Paul? What's that from? And something's in my head. Yeah, I don't know why I thought Paul. It's Bob. The one-syllable name messed with me. The one-syllable name. Yeah. It'd be worse if I was like, oh, Timmy Doyle or something.
No, yeah.
I'm messing up. Marion. Yeah, come on, Eric. You're a better fan than this. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, so I mean, it's a great sequel. probably the best Halloween sequel aside from the new trilogy. I know you like H2O a lot, but do you think that I think this is better than H2O? Honestly.
Halloween 2 is way better than H2O.
Yeah, and H2O is like considered like the best of the other ones, but I
think the best up until the sequels, like the different timeline sequel. But H2O is, if you watch H2O, it's like such a time capsule of the 90s. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure like Creed is like one of the soundtrack songs. Like it's just wild.
Well, I want to know, did you notice too the way that this movie starts is kind of actually similar to the way the original one starts, where Michael sneaks into a house, POV shot, steals a knife, and then kills somebody? It's kind of similar.
Well, he doesn't kill someone off the bat. He steals a knife first, POV, and scares someone, and then he kills. And also, like, I always love that shot too of like when he goes to stab her, she's just like already dead, and then he stabs her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where she's like laying back like, stab me.
Well, the TV version of this apparently, so the old lady dude, they edited it super weird. So that teenage girl that gets killed, who's on the phone, and she's like, I think there's like somebody in my neighborhood or whatever. That girl, the first girl that gets killed, that's gone. That's not even in the TV version. What they do is they edit around it, so it seems like the old lady, she screams,
and then she dies.
But they don't show it. It's off screen, and she's reacting, dude. So what they did is they took a still image of Michael Myers from later in the movie when he's in the hot tub. He's standing over the hot tub. They darkened it and reversed it, so it's the old lady like and
it cuts quick to that face, and then oh my god,
it cuts to a still image of Michael Myers, and there's no movement, and it's like they just reversed it. You're like, God, yeah. The TV version's apparently insane.
Wow.
So people want to check that one out.
Yeah, and the other kills too, like the needle through the eye. I'm like, would that kill you? It probably would suck, but I don't know if that would kill you, unless there's something in it. But
there might have been poison. Yeah.
I mean, is he just like blowing air into her brain? Like, I don't know. And then the other kill. This was disturbing when I was a kid and watched it. Was the hot tub scene, the hot water. That's pretty graphic.
Yeah.
That's very graphic, and freaking love it.
I mean, yeah, that scene is crazy, but I think that the kill that actually stuck out to me the most is the blood one, dude. It's like Michael took somebody, stuck a needle into their arm, and drained all of the blood out of their living body.
Let's get a nurse on here. How easy is it to find a vein for Michael Myers to find a vein while wearing a mask? Is it easy? Do you think it's easy for him to find a vein?
No, I think it's hard, and also he has the brain of like an 8-year-old. So I don't know how the hell I can't do that. How can a kid that's been locked up in an institution for all of his life know how to do that?
I don't know. It's boogeyman shit though, for real. Like that's boogeyman stuff. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's a little much. And then I think the dumbest scene in the entire movie is the school scene, dude. Just like, so we're supposed to believe that Michael Myers broke into his old school, drew a picture as if he was an 8-year-old because it looks like a kid drew it, and then put a knife into it, hoping that they would go to the school and then see him writing Samhain on the board in blood.
Samhain.
Is that what we're supposed to believe?
I mean, so what time is it, too?
Like 3 a.m. probably at this point.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a like, oh, why? That's a good point. That's probably the weakest part of the movie.
Oh, the picture too, dude. It literally looks like a little kid with crayons who's like, "This is my family."
Do you know what that reminds me of? But remember Not Another Teen Movie when she's like, she has that scene where she's like, she drew a picture of her mother, and Chris Evans is like, "She has your eyes," and it's just literally a stick figure.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Michael Myers drew. He drew a stick figure, and like, come on.
Yeah, dude, that's really lame. So, like, he sets up this whole, like, production hoping that everyone will go see it, and it'll be like, woo-hoo-hoo. Like, why does he care?
It's some weak boogeyman shit, but it's boogeyman shit. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is where they kind of start forcing in, like, the Celtic druid, kind of like, he's more than just a man, he's supernatural, which, Halloween Ends is hopefully going to wrap all that up. We're going to find out, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Tramer, dude. Him dying kind of on Loomis. And like that family's going to get a lot of money from the Haddonfield town, dude.
Well, Ben Tramer's drunk. We find out in the first one he's drunk or whatever.
Okay.
I think there's that. And like you got Sheriff Brackett chase, like you're holding a bag of candy and a mask, and he's probably like stole some shit too, and he's running away from the cops. So it's one of those cases where like the cops are going to get away with that one. Like he's up to no good still. It's like,
So he was at the party, got drunk, and was like, I'm gonna go trick or treating, and then
well, I mean, then the cops are like, well, you deserve to die.
oh my god,
That's probably, it's open and shut case. That's like, I mean, come on. This is America, Alec. This is